With the electric vehicle market growing at insane rates and some analysts saying that the EV market could grow up to 50% next year, many investors are looking for the next stock that could make them a fortune. My name is Tyler Hill, and in today's video we will be going over an electric vehicle holdings company named DSG Global, ticker symbol DSGT. A lot of you guys have recommended this stock to me all through my comment sections. Again, I've said this in the last couple of videos and I will continue to say it. If you ever have any suggestions for videos that you would like to see, any stocks, any hot topics, any companies, anything like that, please leave them down in the comment section below. My last 5 videos have now come from the comment section, and I'm going to continue to upload the content that you guys recommend and that you guys want to see, because again, my channel revolves around you guys. So with all that being said, let's go ahead, let's jump straight into it. Again, I hope you guys are excited about this video. I do think that this is a company with a lot of potential. If you do find value in this video, if you find it valuable, entertaining, anything like that, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. Again, leave any feedback, criticisms, or anything like that down in the comment section below, and I will make sure that I get back to you there. I try to reply to every single comment that you guys leave, and that's something that I will continue to do as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead, let's jump straight into it. Let's go over DSG Global, ticker symbol DSGT. So what exactly is this company? Well, DSG Global is a EV holdings company who has 2 main subsidiaries right now. They have Vantage Tag Systems and they have Imperium Motors. If we do go ahead and we take a look first at Vantage Tag Systems, it says that they are a global leader in design, manufacture, and marketing of fleet management solutions for the golf industry, as well as commercial, government, and military applications. The company was founded by a group of individuals who have dedicated their careers to fleet management technologies and have been at the forefront of the industry's most innovative developments. Vantage Tag Systems has developed the Tag suite of products that represents a major breakthrough as the first completely modular fleet management solution for the golfing industry. The executive team has over 50 years of experience in the design and manufacture of wireless, GPS, and fleet tracking solutions. The company has been successful in attracting some of the top sales and marketing talent in the industry to market its products. Vantage Tag Systems' suite of products is currently sold and installed all around the world in golf facilities and commercial applications through a network of established distributors and partnerships with some of the most notable brands in fleet and equipment manufacture. So basically their main focus is that they sell 2 golf cars. They're like electric golf cars. It's kind of cool, but honestly, it's really not the main focus. They do have another part of this company, again, which is the GPS tracking, which is actually a pretty cool part of their whole entire business. And I do think that is a lot of why DSG Global did get into them. But that subsidiary is like the little brother of this whole equation. The big brother of this whole thing is going to be Imperium Motor. Imperium Motor is where a lot of the hype is coming from. A lot of people do see a lot of potential in this EV company. So we'll go ahead, let's jump into it and let's see what this is all about. Imperium Motor is an electric vehicle company that plans on distributing EVs from China over to the markets in the US. It will distribute all of these EVs to dealers who will then resell the cars to consumers. Now, that is a very interesting business model. I know a lot of companies right now, like Nikola, Hyliion, Tesla, NIO, all those big ones. Basically, what they're doing is they're creating their own brands and they're selling their electric vehicles directly from themselves to the consumers. Now, this is an interesting business model that they are taking on, having it just distributed to the dealerships, and then the dealerships will then go ahead and sell them to their consumers. Now, there are pros to this and there are cons, and that's something that I would like to address. So one thing that I do enjoy about this business model is the fact that it does allow them to sell these electric vehicles in bulk. Now, basically what this means is that whenever a dealership does find some success with maybe a certain product of theirs, the dealership will more than likely order that product in bulk to be able to then resell it to them consumers. Now, the good thing about that is that Imperium Motors does not have to focus on selling from customer to customer. Again, they can make these things in bulk. They will more than likely get large orders from these dealerships if the dealerships do find success. Another thing that I do kind of like about this business model is the fact that they don't have to focus on creating a consumer base. When I mean that is that, yes, they will have to create consumers whenever it comes to the dealerships, but they're not focused on, person to person. They're not focused on selling to the everyday people, because that is a whole different thing that comes with, dealing with demographics. And there's a lot of different targeting mechanisms and targeting schemes whenever it comes to actually selling to true, everyday people like you and me. Basically, what they're doing is focusing on selling them to these dealerships. Now, I do believe that it could be a little bit more of a barrier to entry to get into these dealerships, but I think that it will, whenever they do get these agreements and they do start to see some success, that will lead to easier, just all-around transactions. I think the fact that the dealerships are businesses, they have their people, they have their teams, Imperium Motor has their teams, and it just makes that overall transaction a lot easier, whereas whenever you have to deal with selling it straight to a customer, there's all the different types of stuff that goes into that. that, they have to focus on the loans, and they just have to focus on maybe like financing out the car and all that. And it creates a much more of a hassle that will then require more people on the team, and it's just a whole business. Whereas whenever you sell it to the dealership, the transactions do seem to be a little bit not easier, but a lot more seamless, and it does create these faster transactions from what I have seen from the research that I've done. So with that being said, what exactly do they sell? Well, one thing that I have noticed about Imperium Motors is that they sell a very, very wide range of products, ranging all the way from scooters to buses. All of these are going to be electric vehicles, and there is a whole bunch in the middle. Now, as we can see from their website, that they have their vehicles designated to 3 different categories. They have low speed, mid speed, and high speed vehicles. Now, whenever we go ahead and we take a look at some of these different low speed vehicles, I'm not going to talk about each and every one of them, but I will notice a few that they have a bunch of different designs. They have some like the W Coupe, the Euro Coupe, the Maxi Sport Sedan and SUV, and all of these that kind of are like those little low speed vehicles. Now, they also have some that are going to be the Imperium Skywell Autonomous Bus, which is again going to be a low speed vehicle, a Rumble 4, and a Rover, which are kind of like electric bikes. Now, they have mid-speed vehicles, which are going to be a little bit faster, but not their fastest. They have their T-Series, their T-Van, the E-Trike, the Urby 3, and the Urby Scoot. Now, I don't believe that these 5, just personally, I can't imagine that these are going to be super duper successful here. That's kind of just my guess. It doesn't really match the look of what all we see a lot here in the US, but there are a few places overseas that I really could imagine these, especially in like Eastern Asia. I could see the Urby Scoot maybe being popular here, but it would, at the end of the day, it'll just all come down to what the people want. And in the high-speed vehicles, of course, we have some like the 5-star van, the Skywell SUV, and the electric bus. So as you can see, there are a wide range of products that go into this company. They make a whole bunch of different things, again, from scooters all the way up to major electric buses. And so, with that, again, does come pros and there comes cons. Now, a few cons that I do believe could have an effect on this company if they don't handle them right is the wide range of products. Now, this is a good thing, of course, and it could be a bad thing. I'll say that this could be a bad thing because whenever a company does try to do a lot of different things, that could become detrimental if they're not making sure that they're perfecting each and every one. If you're a company who has one product, you're going to put all of your energy and all of your focus into making that product as best as possible. Now, with that being said, whenever you have a wide range of products, there are occurrences and there are instances where these products are all subpar. There are a bunch of mediocre products, not bad, but mediocre products that never really do get that perfected touch. They don't get that perfected look because there are so many others to be worried about. So with the right management, I do believe that this problem could be avoided. It all kind of just depends on how they handle this. Now, that does lead me into the pros, because whenever you have a company like this with such a wide range of products, it allows them to see what exactly the consumer wants. Whenever you have maybe like 6 or 7 different products, maybe 2 or 3 of those are going to do a lot better than the rest. And so whenever you take a look at maybe the low speed, mid speed, and high speed, and they pick one out of every one of those that is doing better than the others, I think that is when they will then go and put that perfected touch on those and maybe stop producing as many of the other ones that the consumers don't want. Whenever I see situations like this, I like to compare it to a buffet. Whenever maybe you're a restaurant and you put a buffet out, and at the end of the night, there's an excessive amount of something, maybe just, peas. At the end of the day, you more than likely, if you notice that no one really wants them, you probably won't put them in the next buffet, and that kind of does compare to what this company will more than likely do, in my opinion. Whenever they see some of these certain products not doing as well, I seriously doubt they will keep putting their focus into those and start to up their focus, up their production, and up their designing and perfection on the ones that are performing the best. So with all that being said, what are the numbers? Because, of course, the proof has to be in the pudding. This could all be conceptual, and this could all be a great idea, but if the numbers and the orders don't match what the idea is, then realistically, this company wouldn't go anywhere. Well, I will go ahead and I will say that the numbers are already very, very impressive, and I am quite interested to see how they will grow over the next year, because analysts and some of their people on their management team do have very high expectations for the next year. So as we can see here on their website, DSG Global Inc. subsidiary Imperium Motors has applied and awaits confirmation of the WMI, the World Manufacturer Identifier, granting ability for assembly and sale for all electric vehicle products to local government agencies. So it's very important. It basically means that they are now going to have their license to be able to assemble and sell electric vehicles to different, dealerships and government agencies in California. Now on December 17th, we can see that the orders did begin. They started receiving orders from some of their partners, and that is where it started to take off. Now, mind you, the fact that this is only a few weeks after receiving their license, that is very, very impressive. Now, on December 22nd, 2nd, we can see that Imperium Motors, a division of DSG Global Inc., received first overseas shipments, introduces our first group of electric vehicles for the US market from John Way, Skywell, and Rumble Motors. The article says that Imperium Motors announces the receipt of 3 shipments totaling 73 electric vehicles, representing the first containers of John Way, Skywell, and Rumble Motors electric vehicles arriving at our location in Fairfield, California. The current shipment includes high-speed Skywell's ET5 SUVs, multiple John Way scooters, a variety of 3- and 4-wheel cars, vans and trucks, and a large container of Rover electric bike products and other Rumble Motors models, which will be shown in the company's Experience Center. The ever-increasing demand for electric vehicles for passenger, leisure, and work applications has made for an exciting time to be in the EV business, and we are extremely excited to introduce these innovative vehicles to the US. We have a rising number of commitments from dealers across the country and are working to keep up with the demand for these vehicles. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause that there because that is very important. This company's whole entire business revolves around getting commitments from dealers. They're not targeting consumers. They're not targeting people. They're not targeting certain demographics of people. They are solely focused on dealers. And so as they, their CEO does go ahead and say that they are starting to get more commitments from dealers, that is a very good sign. Because what that does is it takes this company from being conceptual and makes it real. I'm sure if you guys have watched my videos for a while, you know how much I focus on the fact that I love companies who are no longer conceptual and they have actual products going onto the market. Because what happens whenever you make that transition from being a concept to a real world product is that people will likely destroy everything you put in their hands. We have this bad habit of somehow finding all of the possible problems that something can have, and I think that's very important for a company to undergo. Because whenever it's all conceptual, when it's all in the lab, a lot of these things are still controlled. Whereas whenever you put it into real life, that's when you really start to see the problems, and it allows you to perfect your products and make them the best versions of themselves possible. So that makes me very interested as a person who may invest into this company. Let's go ahead, let's keep up, and let's check out a little bit more of these numbers, and let's see exactly what this company is working on. And then on December 31st, which is about 3 days ago, we got an article saying that the continued arrival of new electric vehicles, the DSG Global Inc. subsidiary, Imperium Motors Experience Center, positions company for strong 2021 sales launch. And then if we do go ahead, and I wanted to save this one for last, this was actually from November, but this is actually very, very huge. So whenever we check out this article here, it says that on November 9th, it was released that the orders for 1,155 vehicles are for vehicles types already approved for sale, including the Irby Sport, Irby Mid-Speed Van, e-bikes, and scooters. DSG intends to fulfill these orders during Q1 2021. The company is also completing the steps in order to distribute high-speed SUVs, trucks, and buses throughout North America. The company will begin taking orders later this year from those vehicles as well. So we did notice that they were already taking those orders. So of course they held up to their plan and they met those milestones. But a little bit above that, it says that they announced electric vehicle pre-orders of $5.7 million. Now, that is where I get intrigued because everything else is pretty interesting, but this is intriguing. The thing about this company is the fact that not only are they, starting to produce a new way of, releasing these electric vehicles to the North American and United States market, but they're getting a lot of interest. And now, of course, $5.7 million in a grand scheme of things, whenever it's compared to some of these other EVs, may not be that much. But for a company whose stock price is only around $1, I think this is huge. I really do understand the appeal, and I see why so many people are thinking that this thing could really blow up. And I must say personally, this is not me saying that you should buy this stock. This is a penny stock, and penny stocks are very, very volatile. But for me personally, I'm intrigued, and I do believe that I'm going to purchase some share of this stock. I do believe that this company has a lot of potential, and what they're currently doing, the numbers they're seeing, mixed with the low stock price that they're at and a really small market cap, that this could be the potential and the opportunity of a lifetime. Now, I always do at the end of these videos take a quick look at what is going on with the stock price, so of course we will go ahead and we will do that now. Now, over the last market day, we did see this company start the day pretty high, but it pretty much had a very volatile day. It was up, down, as people couldn't figure out what they wanted to do with it, and eventually it closed right under 4%. The crazy thing is that over the last 5 days, we saw this company start out at 56 cents and work its way at one point all the way up to $1.50. We saw it multiply by 3. Now, over the last month, this company was at only 26 cents. So we are currently seeing this thing up hundreds of percentages. So it has already started to rise. We do like to catch some of these companies before the big explosion. I think that we are starting to see this one blow up. And as you guys do know with penny stocks, these things do go up and they go down. A lot of penny stocks do fall after a lot of these rises. So we could expect to see maybe a little bit of a fall here. Personally, I do believe that long term, this company has a lot of potential. And this is one of the first videos that I do say that this company, in my opinion, is a buy. This is not me saying that I'm a financial advisor, because I am not. And I never recommend to anyone to go buy something, because that is 100% your investment decision. But for me personally, I am going to purchase some share of this stock, and I will update you guys soon on when I do. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This was a bit of a longer video, but I really found this company very intriguing. I wanted to make sure that I went into depth about each and every aspect and what I thought about each one of those. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this company in the comment section below, and do not hesitate to let me know what other stocks you would like to see me do videos on. With all that being said, I am excited to see you guys in the next video. Peace.